When there is chaos, let go of control and bring in the trust. Welcome to Thank God It's a Story Saturday, a weekly video series where I share stories with you that you can use to make your messages connect. Today's story is a story told by Ben Sliney, who is a former United States Federal Aviation Administration National Operations Manager. On his very first day at work as the National Operations Manager, he woke up at 4:45 a.m. and checked the weather forecast for the day. There was not going to be a cloud in the sky that day. So he said, oh, well, that's great. It's going to be an easy first day. He had his coffee, got ready, got to work. That day was September 11, 2001. As the events for the day unfolded, the very first thing he saw was on CNN, the United 175 had crashed into the North Tower of the Twin Tower. And he says, I can clearly remember the collective gasp that happened in the room at that time, and we were all just silent, not knowing what to do. He says the air traffic controllers, they're all type A personalities. They like taking control. I mean, controller is in their title. So in that moment, they were not controlling. They were just reacting to the situation. He said, I stood there not knowing what the hell was going on, and I was just trying to comprehend this national tragedy that was unfolding in front of our eyes. And then he says that I had to make a decision. There were close to 5,000 planes up in the sky, and each one of them could potentially be a missile if they didn't do anything to figure out what was the status of each one of those planes. He says, I made the tough decision to ask all the planes to land. Now, there's a lot of coordination that goes into making a plane land just normally. Imagine 5,000 planes up in the sky and only 135 minutes to be able to do that. In that moment, you can't really control anything. It is so chaotic. But the air traffic controllers and the other people within the aviation industry who were involved in this process managed to land all 5,000 of the plane very, very safely. And what I think comes into play at that time is the trust amongst the team, the smart, purposeful people who trust each other to do the right thing. That was the reason why the landing could take place safely. Now, it is told in some other stories that he was further asked to create the process around it. How did they do that? Should a tragedy like this take place ever again? How would people react to such a tragedy? He tossed that opportunity to write a process around it because he says you can never predict how many different things would happen. So the best thing to do is to build teamwork, build collaboration, build trust. Because when all of those things come together, you really toss the need to control chaos and trust comes into action. Stay storied. I'll see you here next Saturday with another story.